All right, let's get into it. Shout out to all the fathers out there. Make sure y'all stay strong for y'all children. Don't stop fighting. That's right, y'all. All the strong fathers stand up. It ain't over. The fight ain't never over for y'all kids. At least not for mine. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's the Resistance. Back in Boston. Was just in Philly over the weekend. 3 attempts to get my daughter with a custody order from Massachusetts, saying that I had sole legal custody. If this is getting redundant to you, ladies and gentlemen, I suggest you move on, because this is about my daughter, and at this point, she's missing. Okay? Anybody feels though this is getting a little redundant, we get a little overboard, slide to the next channel. For those who want to remain, I ask for your help. I'm looking for my daughter. I put the information out there. I put flyers in the neighborhood. I put the information on YouTube. I appreciate everybody that's been supporting me in this situation. Everybody that got my back, because from day one I told y'all, not guilty. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Kim Dodd. Joey Eccles, what's going on, brother? Necessary change. Appreciate y'all. Moderator the Stars, Perfect Sense, Melissa S., Bill Smith. Lake Speed, what's going on, bro? Free Church Press. The Tolman Man, what's going on? We about to get into this. I put together a nice little video, basically showing the failed attempts that came my way when I tried to get my daughter, okay? It's the Resistance, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all share this, because, at this point, it's just an atrocity, man. It's just crazy. Shout out to Permian Basin. What's going on? I appreciate y'all. We about to get into this real quick, like right now. Let me pull this up. Here we go. Y'all stand by, ladies and gentlemen. Whoop. I'm pulling it up right now. Here we go. Man, y'all pay attention. This is 2 encounters of me requesting for a police escort to get my daughter, because, as you know, ladies and gentlemen, I was hit with egregious claims last year, and I would not dare go to her home by myself to pick my daughter up. So from this point on, it will always be an escort. So this is 2 attempts of me being denied of getting my daughter. And y'all check it out, and y'all tell me what y'all think. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's the Reasons. I am Philadelphia. My daughter's mother reneged on bringing her to Massachusetts, so I'm in Philadelphia, PA, to get her. Waiting on a police escort. Today's date, May 22nd. 2021. It's a Saturday. She was supposed to bring my daughter on May 21st, about 7 o'clock p.m. So there was an issue with her ID and catching the plane at the Philadelphia International Airport. She said that Philadelphia International Airport is only accepting real IDs. Real IDs, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know about that real ID situation. So it seemed to be a little funny. So what I did was I called Philadelphia International Airport, and they told me they weren't accepting real IDs until 2023, ladies and gentlemen. So now I'm here to get my daughter because I see she tried to have me fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
I'm just a picture in the frame. Pause. I paint word pictures on the canvas of life.
I'm everywhere in public. It was recording for my documentative purposes. Okay. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. First attempt, Saturday, May 22nd, 2021. So a few days ago this weekend. Shout outs to Miguel Anchando, Thunder Rose Media. What's going on? Once again, Saturday, May 22nd, 2021. This is the first attempt. I'm here to pick my daughter up, 7460 Ruskin Road. Okay. I have a court order from Massachusetts. There's nothing standing away from me getting my daughter. She was supposed to bring her to Massachusetts yesterday. Okay. She chose not to, so I told her I'd be coming down with a police escort.
All right, do you have the paperwork on you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me take a look at it.
This is in Philadelphia, PA, ladies and gentlemen. Overbrook Park. Officer Shannon, 7466, and Officer Chi, 3989.
Yeah, that's from Massachusetts. It's from Massachusetts. I got his daughter or something? Yeah, it's in the bus. I guess back in March. You ever lived with you in Massachusetts?
My daughter?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You did.
Yeah, it explains all that right there in that paperwork. I'm going to call you back. The police just showed up.
Yeah, I guess she was supposed to bring it to him by April 26th, bring her child. But she never did.
So we got Officer Shannon and Officer Chi here, and they basically was just going over the order, asking a few questions. They had no problems with them, but we're gonna watch and see how it goes.
Now we see her. Family.
Shout outs to Melissa S. She said, have you been calling to see if they will do welfare checks daily? They will do welfare checks daily. That's not a problem at all. The problem is that most likely she's not home. She's left home intentionally.
Did you try to go there yet, or you?
No, I always call for a police escort because me and her are not on good terms. Okay. So she's left home purposely to so I won't be able to confront the situation of getting my daughter. Every time the police officers went there, she didn't answer the door, and then the Philadelphia Police Department policy is if they don't answer the door, there's nothing more that they can do.
Does she have a problem giving the child?
Yeah, I had text messages on my phone from her not on good terms.
Okay. Does she have a problem giving the child?
Yeah, I had text messages on my phone from yesterday because she reneged on bringing her yesterday by 7 o'clock in Boston. So she said she would come down Monday. That court order says she was supposed to be back by the 26th. I told her, I said, don't worry about it, I'll be down. She insisted on coming Monday. I told her, I said, I'll be here with a police escort.
Is she home now?
I hope so. I mean, last time I did this, which was last year, she filed charges on me, a PSA, said I was sexually abusing my daughter. That was just thrown out last Thursday here in Philadelphia.
I mean, we could attempt to, but if you don't give it to her,
No, I already know. I just need y'all here for documentary purposes. And if she doesn't answer the door, if I can get some kind of printout or something saying that you guys.
We'll make a report for you.
All right.
What's her address?
It's down at the end, second house at the end, 7460.
Yeah. You want to just stay here? We'll go and attempt to talk.
No, I'll walk down to. I won't go on the property. Okay. I'll stay like a house over.
All right. I'm gonna hold on to this for now. Okay.
All right. So now they're at the property and knocking on the door. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, they weren't there long. As soon as that scene changed to this one, they had just started knocking on the door. So it wasn't like they were there 30 seconds or a minute prior. They had just got there, and you'll see how long that they stayed there to knock on the door. Shout out to Albert Simmons. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so this is the first attempt since last year to pick up my daughter. I brought a police escort, and I'm now knocking on the door. Shout out to Christopher Marler. I definitely do remember that Permian Basin. Shout out to everybody that's just getting in. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like. This is the fight for me to get my daughter. This is me with Massachusetts custody papers in Philadelphia requesting a police escort to get my daughter. This is the first attempt, ladies and gentlemen. I'll make sure y'all share this because at this point, I haven't seen my daughter. I haven't had any contact with her for a whole year. And since April 26th, she was supposed to be in my physical possession. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate y'all.
It's a very psychological thing that's happening here.
I'm about to be like dude on America's Most Wanted. What's his name? Bill Walsh. I'm about to be like that real quick. Shout out to Perfect Sense, moderator of the Star. She corrected me, not Bill Walsh. I'm about to be on some John Walsh shit from America's Most Wanted. Remember him? His son had died, and he was on the lawn for years. He was looking for his son. I'm about to be on that, starting out from the gate. All right, so that was the first attempt. She didn't come to the door. First attempt, ladies and gentlemen. She did not come to the door. They did not stay long, as you can see. Shout outs to Ginger and Mrs. Stewart Snap. Shout out to Christopher Marler.
They rang the bell a couple times, not multiple times. Whether she's in there or not, I don't know, but that's all we can really do. Ms. McCall, what's a good address for you?
Pretty sure it's gonna be a reported vandalism. Or if you have any issues over there, please.
The judge will see your report. It'll be general. Like if I go down there Monday, they'd be able to pull it up.
I mean, the
Give you
DC
DC
number is gonna
number,
be generated, so the report is gonna be filed.
And Latasha lives here, 7460.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know her date of birth?
77 8 8877.
1977.
Oh, my fault about that, ladies and gentlemen. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Here we go. Sorry about that. There we go. My bad. Well, so
Do you know her date of birth?
77 8 8877.
1977. Okay, and then we got
Pretty sure it's gonna be a reported vandalism. Or if you have any issues over there, please. I'm sorry, 28911. 28911.
Let me pause this real quick. I was messing up because I was trying to pull up the docket number for you guys. Shout outs to Ginger Miss Stewart Snap. She said you must have moved on in another relationship. Well, no, that's not true at all. What happened is, well, actually, all the information is in my live stream 2 live streams ago. There's the information of the docket number of the whole custody order and everything. Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all want to know that information, y'all could just scroll down a couple videos ago. I also did a live stream on the whole custody order. The docket number is on there. It's all public information. If y'all want to know what happened, it's in there.
Mr. McCall, what's the date of birth for you?
7978.
All right, I think that's everything I need. Give me a minute, I'll get a DC number for you.
All right.
And then, again, like I said, you can try tomorrow and whatnot. Follow through and follow up at 10 o'clock. Give me 1 second.
He's over there.
Yeah, you can,
So just to update y'all on what was going on at the time, she actually knew that I was on my way. Okay, this wasn't a pop-up. I told her that she could give me any time that would be good for her after 4 p.m. And she would never give me that time.
I'll take care of that stone.
So that's the first report number, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen. That's the first report number right there. And that's going to be submitted to Massachusetts courts. I'll tell you more about that at the end because I was under the impression that I would have to handle everything as far as contempt of court in Philadelphia. I finally got in touch with somebody who reviewed the petition that I submitted in Philadelphia. I was told that all action has to be given by Boston, by Massachusetts. So that's the next fight that I'm on. I'll be going to, excuse me, I'll be going to a family court in Boston to file those petitions, those orders to specifically ask for some assistance. I'm not going to say everything, but I mean, it really doesn't matter. At this point, she's in contempt. It's parental kidnapping. So I need Boston to put those orders forth and request for Philadelphia Police Department's assistance.
Thank you, bro. Good luck, man.
Thank you. And that's the first report number right there. That's the DC number from Officer Simmons and Officer Chai.
Yeah.
I'll take care of that stone.
Alright. Y'all good, sir?
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Take care.
Today's date is Sunday, May 23rd. Second attempt to get my daughter. Police are pulling up now. I'm using them as an escort. Hit the lights! Everybody about to get killed out here. Like it for everybody. Shout out to Nathan Demers. You definitely right, bro. They definitely make their own rules. I left one and moved to another. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
All right.
You called about the papers?
Yes. Can you name the badge, please?
McDowell, 3828.
Thank you. Your name, badge, please?
Sylvester, 2162.
Thank you. I'm recording for documentative purposes. This is the court order from Massachusetts. Sorry, it's all wrinkled up. So this is my second attempt. I was here yesterday.
Okay.
She didn't answer the door. She was supposed to bring her to Massachusetts Friday.
Okay.
Between 6:30 and 7 p.m. That didn't happen. She texted me and said it was a situation about an ID. I told her, don't worry about it. I'll be down because as the court order says, she was supposed to be with me since April 26th.
Okay.
Let's record your name real quick.
So you filed for this March of 2019, is that correct?
Yeah, this has been a custody battle for a few years now. But it's an updated custody order that says that I've been awarded sole legal custody.
And that was updated, do you know when? Is that correct?
Yeah, this has been a custody battle for a few years now. But it's an updated custody order that says that I've been awarded sole legal custody. Shout out to
That
K-Do.
was updated, do you know when?
Yeah, it's on there. The date, the last page is where the judge signed it. I believe it was April 6th. April 5th.
I got you. Did you guys do this online or?
Well, she didn't even show up. If you read the first paragraph, it says that it went to trial because she didn't even show up. She's pretty much holding her. I don't know if she's in there. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if she's in there. I've had communication through text.
Okay.
Her telling me she's not there, and I told her, well, you know I was coming. So I just trying to get this documented. So when I go to court on Monday,
Okay.
right.
It's like a little different for us because we're not used to seeing like all the out-of-state paperwork, so we called a supervisor to, you know.
What's your date of birth?
7978.
What's a good address for you?
Today's date is Sunday, May 23rd. Second attempt to get my daughter. Fast forward a little bit. 6-1.
And then her address, is that going to be
7460 Westcombe Road.
7460?
Shout out to Andy Smith.
And is Caitlin your son?
Sure.
Your son,
Sure.
Caitlin? All right, let me just tell.
So they requested for a sergeant for a little more insight on the situation, and this is the sergeant pulling up now.
What's going on, and then we'll be ready. Okay.
How are you, sir? I'm Sergeant Ross, Philadelphia Police Department.
How you doing, sir?
So, as my officer stated, we cannot.
Mhm.
If she decides to open it up, that's fine. If she does not want to relinquish control of the child to us, to you, there's nothing we can do about that. You're going to have to,
You
again,
mean that's if she doesn't open the door?
correct. We don't get in it. We don't take babies. We don't take children. That's not us. The
Without
Philadelphia Police Department.
a court order, right?
So the people who enforce the court order would be a sheriff, not a police officer.
Shout outs to Nathan. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for those words.
So I'll have to go to family court.
You'd have to go to family court and sue again. You still live in Massachusetts?
Mhm.
So you traveled a long ways.
Well, I plan to be down here to take care of that tomorrow, and however long it takes for me to file that paperwork.
Okay. Like I said, we'll attempt. If she doesn't comply, I mean, it's like, again, we're very limited in the scope of what we can do. You know, the only people who would be able
So
to.
even with a court order,
Correct. Correct.
can't get her-
This is not a criminal matter. This is a civil matter. That's why the sheriffs would enforce a judge's order. If it was an arrest warrant, that would be a different. But this is not an arrest warrant. This is just a civil court
gotcha.
proceeding.
Understandable. I understand all that. Okay, I'm not trying to have nobody run up in the crib while my daughter's in there. I don't want her to be shaken, to be startled, to be afraid, scared. None of that. I want none of that. I want a smooth transition of receiving my daughter. I want to just a nice pass off. I don't want any kind of violence, no type of arguing, none of that. One of the reasons why I always ask for a police escort, okay? But let's just flip it around real quick. Put y'all feet in my 13s real quick. And if that was me in that house with that baby, it'd be birds all in the sky, ghetto choppers all in the sky. It'd be SWAT in the back, in the front. It'd be at least 6 news media sources out there, okay? So this is how unbalanced the system is. You know what I mean? I've been out here all weekend, Philadelphia, PA, trying to handle this. I got a court order from Massachusetts stating that she was supposed to be back in my custody on April 26th. And this is what I'm going through, the resistance. How about that? I'm going through resistance from my daughter's mother with getting her, with receiving her. But, you know, I guess resistance means resistance, but everything's in my favor. So it's no use to talk heavy. It's no use to talk crazy. Ain't no use in doing that because actions speak for themselves. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is documentation in progress at the time this weekend. That's what that is right there. This is the reason why I'm showing you this. I just showed y'all the first report number from the first unit that came out and assisted me as an escort to get my daughter. This is the second unit. This is the sergeant as well. Let's check it out.
Now, we do come across this on numerous.
Shout outs Nathan. Yeah, this is definitely current. This is from this weekend.
Occasion, I myself have been on your side. I understand. I sympathize with what you're doing.
No, I understand. I understand how the process goes. We just want to see if she opens the door.
Okay,
If
absolutely.
not,
Shout out to Eric Baker. Thank you, bro.
This is why I'm recording this, to get that
Yeah, absolutely. So,
information down.
I mean, if she doesn't, we also have cameras. You can subpoena the camera, you know, in your proceedings as well.
Can I have your badge number, please?
Yeah, 8701.
Thank you. Sergeant Russell, right?
Correct. All right, see what you can do. If she,
I will walk down. I'm going to stay on this side of the street across from you guys.
Okay, so I'll hand your paperwork back to you now. Thank you for having that. And 7460, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, it should be second or last house on the left.
Thank you. Thanks, Sarge.
You got it, buddy. You got it.
So this is the next day. The first day was May 22nd. It was on a Saturday. This day right here is the next day, Sunday, May 23rd.
Drive up. Is that the end of the box?
All right, guys. So we got to see if the door is going to open.
1 second, ladies and gentlemen. 1 second. Let me get this up real quick. All right, here we
You
go.
guys.
Okay, so I'll hand your paperwork back to you now. Thank you for having that. And 7460, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, it should be second or last house on the left.
Thank you. Thanks, Sarge.
You got it, buddy. You got to drive up. Is that the end of the box?
All right, guys. So we got to see if the door is going to open. If not, I wasn't anticipating on getting my daughter because what happened is she never brought her up to Massachusetts like she promised to. So I told her, don't worry about rescheduling. I'll be down there as soon as possible. But anyway, this is the second attempt. She didn't open the door yesterday. I'm not sure if she's going to open the door today. But we're going to find out. So if she doesn't open the door, then I'll just remain in Philly and put in the proper paperwork to, to force this issue of getting my daughter back.
All right, so this is the next day. This is a different unit, a second unit on the second day of me attempting to get my daughter. As you can see, there's no answer for the second time after I left Boston, Massachusetts, and notify her that I was coming down. Notify her Friday, came down on a Saturday. And she responded to it. Shout out to Car Thank you. Appreciate that.
Excuse me, bro. So she did.
So I'm gonna pause this right here just to let y'all know real quick. This is the second interaction for those that's been in here from the start. I'm gonna let y'all know that the third interaction didn't go so well. And for those who are just getting in, this is about me, the Resistance, getting my daughter with a custody order from out of state, stating that I have sole legal custody. Okay, I'm in Philadelphia, PA, getting my daughter. It says that she was supposed to be back in my physical possession on April 26th. And this is after the mother made egregious claims on me of sexual abuse on my daughter. And that case also got vacated and dismissed. And all these were tactics that she used to retain her daughter and to regain custody that she never really had. We both had custody from the beginning. Okay, what happened is that she came to Philadelphia with my daughter one year, rode around drunk with my daughter in the back seat, no car, no pamper, and she was found by the cops because people seen my daughter in the car. And from that point on, I came and got my daughter, and I filed for custody in Massachusetts. I brought her back to Massachusetts. She's been bitter since. Solid as a motherfucking rock, okay? And that's just facts. That's just truth. And she didn't like it. And she felt as though because she was the matriarch, that it was her. That's the reason why she should have the baby. And, her actions told otherwise, that she shouldn't have had the baby, okay? Because not only did she get locked up for that intoxication while driving and negligence of a child, but she also had a few DUIs prior to that. And surprisingly, she only served 90 days for that in the prior DUIs. So the family let me know what was going on. I come down and get my baby, and I come back, and I just sit back, and I sit back and I think about things, and it was time to that chapter of my life was time to be closed. Okay, that's how I felt. So they had a problem with that, of course. And with that problem, they came up with ideas. The first idea is when I initiated the custody battle in Massachusetts, the first idea that they came up with was to say, hey, we left to take care of a family member, which is true. The family member was in a bad situation, and they were called down there to pay, pay special attention to that family member. But that's all that it was about. But when she came to court during the early days of the custody battle, she said, yeah, but we also ended the relationship, and both parties knew, speaking about me and her, that it was over with. Well, that wasn't the truth. And I had to fight that, and I had to tell them it wasn't the truth. And it came down to how long did the baby live in the state? And it made it just about, maybe 30 days of 6 months that she was in the state. And that was the requirements for her to be a resident of that state, okay? So she lost that one. Then she started bringing up situations, they live in a shelter. A man living with a little girl that young, it shouldn't be allowed. I'm the father. Massachusetts policy, they state rules when it comes to that. And this was at the time, ladies and gentlemen. This is when I was getting on my feet to do what I needed to do for my family at the time. I have no shame to say that, yeah, me and my family was in the shelter at the time. But the other party removes themselves from that as if that's a low thing to be involved with. But they forget that they were involved with it as a unit together, okay? But anyway, now it's a problem with father and daughter being in the shelter and being in one room. And now there are things that's being brought up that I was abusive to the mother in our prior relationship years before. So she tried to bring that up in the custody battle. So the judge was like, well, where's the proof? Where's the where's the reports? No reports. Nothing to say. No. And then there was a report that she made that I didn't know about, but the judge said, well, where was the charge? He was never charged for anything. So it was a report made, but nobody never came for me. So I was unbeknownst to the report, and this was years ago. But anyway, these are all the little dodgeballs that she was trying to throw in between, and it never worked for her. Okay? And then finally, it came when I started doing my 1A thing, and I started getting arrested illegally. So I had to make things happen in order to still be walking in the future, which I did. And my first stop, Philadelphia. I'm not no cold-blooded dude. Her mother's in Philadelphia. She should be with her mother. I'm thinking that. I mean, she's going to Massachusetts to fight for custody every 3 to 4 months. She's making that. How about drop her off on Mother's Day weekend? Let me handle some business that needs to be handled. Okay? And pick her back up. I thought it was a treat, but it was a wrong move because when I went to go pick her back up, there were reports made that I had sexually abused my daughter. Boom. That stopped me from seeing her for a whole year. No rap. If I come anywhere near, I'm getting locked the fuck up. That's what I was told. All right? Listen, I'm giving this to you in order. This is how it went down. So now, and this was last year. Y'all remember? If y'all don't know about it, dig into the catalog. Go all the way back. It's like a story. Not only is it a documentation of tyranny and corruption, but it's also a documentation of my life as well. So I feel as though if I'm going to be reporting things from all over the country, then the bad that was put out there about me is going to be leaked from me. Okay? Nobody else going to put that information out. Oh, no, I'm going to be the first one to put it out. And ladies and gentlemen, y'all heard the information from me first. All right, that's what transparency is about. Y'all heard it from me first. And I had to bite down because the allegations were so nasty, so egregious, so crazy. But I had to bite down. I think I'm the resistance. I don't get down like that. So I brought it forth. And I told what was said. The claims, the crazy claims of what I did to my daughter. And I said, not guilty. And I stayed strong on that from that day when I brought it to y'all. And a whole year later, throughout the year, no evidence, no nothing. I mean, we got custody, we got the court investigator here in Massachusetts that's handling the custody situation, investigating the whole situation. She calling down Philadelphia, speaking to the SVU detective, the people who interviewed her, all the social programs, whatever, who had got involved with the situation. And then when it got transferred to Boston, she interviewed the detective who received the case because it got transferred back to Boston because mother claimed that the allegations that she reported happened in Boston. Okay? It's a lot of stuff that I'm leaving out, like the slick stuff that she didn't report these egregious claims until 40 days later. Okay? 40 days later until after I dropped her off. Okay? Another thing I left out is that she reported all the crazy stuff that I did throughout Philadelphia, but she never contacted Massachusetts custody court to let them know anything. Why is that? Well, I'm going to tell you why, ladies and gentlemen, because Massachusetts court, they were in my favor from the beginning because my first initial presentation was, Your Honor, she just got caught 3 months ago in a car, intoxicated, with my daughter with no car seat, no pamper, no coat. And it started off with temporary custody. Guess what? It didn't elevate into partial custody until, shout outs to Renetta Williams. Thank you. Thanks for coming through. Speak Life Garden, Homestead, and Permaculture. What's going on? I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all coming through. But hey, this situation didn't turn into partial custody until the egregious allegations was raised. But let me back up a little bit. She never told Massachusetts custody anything. Okay? I'm the one that gave it to them. Hey, she's saying that I sexually abused my daughter. Court investigator was unaware of it until I brought it to them. Okay? So when they asked her why didn't you bring it to her, she said, well, I got in contact with people in Philly and they said they would handle it and notify the proper authorities. But come on. I mean, you putting in counterclaims in custody court to get custody of your daughter, but you don't pick up the phone and say, hey, I just put in a report of protection from abuse from my daughter's father because I received information from her that he was abusing her sexually. You don't call those people and tell them that? Come on, man. It don't add up. It don't add up at all. Excuse me a second. I'm going to take a sip of my apple juice. Yeah, but that doesn't add up. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate y'all. So once it is brought to court, everybody looking at me side-eyed on the court official side, okay? I'm looking at side-eyed. I'm going to tell you how I'm looking at side-eyed. It wasn't the words that they said, but it was the actions, okay? It turned out that they raised it to partial custody because she gave them the information, the false information that I was sexually abusing my daughter. So after we had that court hearing one day last year, you usually got to wait for the paperwork. About a week later, it comes back partial custody. Mm-hmm. So as the year continues, courts are waiting for information, documentation of sexual abuse, and it's not being brought forth from no agency, not from Philadelphia Police, not from the Special Victims Unit, nobody. And so the court date comes in March and she doesn't appear. So judge said, okay, I'm taking it to trial. She takes it to trial. Her decision was to give me sole legal custody. Listen, man, the docket number is on my channel. The custody orders on my channel. I've already been through this. All I'm asking y'all to do is share this. I need some help. I'm trying to get my daughter. Like, this ain't right. I'm being wronged by the system. I'm being wronged by my daughter's mother. 2 ways. She's just stabbing me in my back double time. Listen, she kept me away from my daughter for a whole year. Now is a custody order in place to say, hey, mother has to give the daughter back, and she's still withholding my daughter. Now it's over a year that I've seen my daughter. Let's get back into this video real quick. All right, they're on their way with a report number. What? Child's Permian Basin.
We weren't able to get her to answer the door or like respond to her ring doorbell or anything like that. I don't know if it's possibly an application, if she's like moved or if she's staying somewhere else right now. But we are going to document that you attempted to go through with paperwork and she's still refusing to abide by the paperwork. Mm-hmm. You said in the past you tried the same thing.
Yesterday.
Sorry about that, y'all.
Were we out here for that yesterday?
up there, when they're available.
Were we out here for that yesterday?
up there.
Possibly an application if she's like moved or if she's staying somewhere else right now. But we are going to document that, you know, you attempted to go through with paperwork and she's still refusing to abide by the paperwork. You said in the past you tried same thing.
Yesterday, I came down. I came in town yesterday, and I had 2 officers come out do the same thing you guys did. So, and I texted her right when we was leaving, and she said not home. I said you knew I was coming. We communicated since the night before, but I mean, this is the game that she wants to play already. I just wanted to get this document in court.
Were we out here for that yesterday?
up there when they're available. Sherwood and whatnot, please.
Shout outs to Speak Lifeguard and Homestead and Permaculture. They're asking, can you just sit outside and wait, then take her when she goes outside? Don't want to sound crazy, but just wondering. You should ask police how far you can go to get her without them doing anything to you. Well, I don't want to go that route. Okay, like I said, I want a smooth transition. I'm not trying to scare my daughter. You can understand. Please understand that she put egregious allegations on me and sexually abusing my daughter. So you could also pretty much put it together that she put bad thoughts in my daughter's head as well throughout this whole year. Okay, let's not be misunderstood. I've been created to be a monster. Okay, so I mean, you can pretty much see that now. She's saving face. She's in the process. This is what she's doing now. She's trying to save face. Okay? She done made all these attempts to destroy me and failed. So now she's trying to save face. And that saving face, that last desperate attempt is, this is what my daughter told me, and I'm standing to it, and I'm not giving her back to her abuser. These were her words in court. I'm not giving her back to her abuser. I'm her mother, and I'm supposed to protect her. And instead of just biting the bullet and going with the custody order, she wants to still continue to try to make these lies the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about a little girl who I had in my care for almost a year and a half by myself while she was in Philadelphia, not supporting at all. Not supporting at all. Okay? Her medical, her schooling, everything that was important that needed to be taken care of with my daughter was on point and on time. Okay? There's no way. Not only that, I was also an advocate. I also was in advocate programs. I volunteered for parenting class, okay? While within this custody battle, all right? I'm active with my daughter doing things. She was in school. She was attending her medical appointments regularly. No problems whatsoever. Smooth all the way across the board. Now when I drop her off to her mother 40 days later, she reports sexual abuse. And I'm just saying, like, you got a lot of clever, messed up people out here that do things to kids, okay? But within the length of time that I had my child, I think signs would have shown within that time that she was being sexually abused way before she was in the care of her mother. I'm just saying. And then a whole year later, we got both courts, Massachusetts and Philadelphia, ruling that none of that shit happened. And now we have her withholding. Yeah, she's trying to save face.
Were we out here yesterday when you were here? Okay. So I don't know if they
gave me a report number as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So like I said, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to document that you attempted to come and retrieve the child, and that you were unsuccessful to do so. And then you can go back to family court should you choose to, and modify that order, or see if the judge can do something else. You know what I mean? To change or help your circumstances. Okay. If you could just do me a favor, I got your report numbers. I got some good resources here for you. This is all for you to keep, so you can take that right there. They're both the same report number for today. I'll just keep that with you roughly. And then if you could just do me a favor, give me a signature and receipt of that information that I'm giving you.
I'm gonna use the car. Right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, there's all information for like family court and then the PFA and everything in there too.
If you have any questions or like you're not too sure exactly where to go, they can help you with that, all right?
All right, and they are open, right? As most things are limited to the phone, though, right?
Yeah, most are limited, but
I'm in that area, so I could probably just go there first, and they could tell me what to do from there.
Yeah, since it's not business hours, the address is on there where you can go during non-business hours because it's 24 hours. So you just have to look on there. I think it's what, Hilbert or something like that. Or
Yeah.
Shout out to Miss Melissa S. She asks, have you talked to your daughter on FaceTime or phone call this past year or nothing? No, I haven't spoken to her. I haven't seen her. It's been a whole year, no contact at all.
So you're saying I can go today down to CFCF?
Yeah.
Not CFCF, CJC, right?
Do family court first, which is 1501 Arch. That's close to the CJC. CJC is at 1301 Filbert. That's where you go after hours. Normally 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays, which is currently. You can go down to family court, which is 1501 Arch. But like I said, if like a lot of the times they're referring to 1301 Filbert because of COVID, usually family court confers to regular CJC. So if family court can't help you, I would just go to CJC, but I would go to family court first.
So wait for tomorrow.
No, you can go right now. You can go right now if you want to.
What's today, Sunday?
Oh, it's
Yeah, so
Oh, right. Yes.
Sorry, Monday.
so wait till tomorrow
Either way
to go to
tomorrow.
family court.
Or do CJC, because CJC is weekends, holidays, after hours.
And you can get an emergency PFA, which means you can put the custody within the PFA. Emergency, you can show the court order you have right now to deem it.
So you're saying I can file PFA right now?
Yeah.
Down at
Yeah,
Criminal
you
Justice
could
Center?
try. And like I
Yeah.
said, like they might not grant you, they might not allow the child to be added into the PFA. They might not grant you certain things within the PFA, but you can absolutely go down and file that paperwork. It's 1301 Filbert. It's in the little card there.
Yeah, the yellow card's probably the best resource.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot.
No
Yeah,
problem.
if you have anything else, any other questions or anything, just give us a call. All right, sir.
All right. Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Good luck to you, sir.
It's a very psychological thing that's happening here.
All right, y'all. So that was the first and second attempt that y'all seen. I aired the third attempt live, and I don't know if I'm pretty sure most of y'all seen that. I just want to show y'all the stark contrast from the two units of officers that came the first time compared to this third unit that came out. And this is the third attempt, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to play it the whole thing because it was an hour and a half long, but I'm just going to get to the part when they arrived. And I mean, just pay attention to, how they act compared to the first two units. All right, give me a second. I'll pull it up. All right, give me 1 second.
Documentative purpose.
The recording is off, that's fine.
Good. That's cool.
What's the deal?
I have a custody order stating that I have custody.
Say you've
And
been out here, I'm sorry to cut you off, say you've been out here 3 times,
Saturday with a police escort, Sunday with police escort. Both gave me report numbers.
right? Did you go to court for it?
I went to court to submit a petition, but for my last attempt while I'm here over the weekend, because this is from out of Boston, Massachusetts. There you go.
Boston, Massachusetts.
Yeah, it's Boston. I just need your escort just to knock on the door
Pay attention to the guy on the left. This guy right here.
to see if she opens the door. I understand y'all protocol and y'all process. I'm not expecting y'all to, go in there and grab the kid. I understand that.
As long as you know we can't do that, we can ask you.
You guys have a kid in Philly or something?
She
Why
was,
do you have a Boston, Massachusetts
Because that's where the custody is.
You live here.
No, I don't live here. I live in Boston.
Okay. That's what I'm asking. Where'd you have a kid with her at?
The kid was born here, but we moved to Massachusetts.
Okay.
She brought the kid down here about 2 years ago, got arrested with her in the back seat. She was down here visiting, and I was notified. Got my daughter, took her back to Boston, filed for custody. That's how that came into place in 2019.
Okay, what is it? Giuliani?
Shout out's Perfect Sense.
Sole legal. First line says sole legal. Yes. That was dated April 6th, and it actually states that she was supposed to return the child by April 26th.
What happened the last 2 times the officers were out here?
No answer.
No answer to the door?
Yeah. Which I'm expecting this time as well, but I just had to
And
do this.
you know full well if she doesn't answer, we can't get the
Yeah,
down.
I understand that. This is for my this is for me to document this that I've tried plenty of times.
Yeah. And wherever you petition this in Boston, go back there.
I put a petition here in
So it says all
Philadelphia.
persons interested having been notified in accordance with the law, this matter came before the court for pretrial conference on March 30th, 2021. So you never went to court.
She never went to court.
Well, you never.
So we got a dumbass cop right here who's not paying attention to what he's reading, and he's quick to try to find something to keep from me getting my daughter. This is what he's doing. So pay attention to him. He swore that he saw something on the paper that went against me because he's dumb as fuck.
2 times the officers were out here.
No answer.
No answer to the door?
Yeah. Which I'm expecting this time as well, but I just had to
And
do this.
you know full well if she doesn't answer, we can't get the
Yeah,
down.
I understand that. This is for my this is for me to document this that I've
Right
tried
here.
plenty of times.
Yeah. And wherever you petition this in Boston, go back there.
I put a petition here in
So it says all
Philadelphia.
persons interested having been notified in accordance with the law, this matter came before the court for pretrial conference on March 30th, 2021. So you never went to court.
She never went to court.
Well, you never.
I went to court. It says that I was there.
The notice in the order dated March 1st, 2021 provided that the court may
So now he want to continue to read because he thought he found something that went against me, and he's continuing to make himself look like an ass.
order the case to immediate trial on the date of pretrial conference. If the court determines that the parties will be on the only witnesses, or B, one party by failure to appear will not present a case, or C, immediate trial is necessary to establish justice. Plaintiff father was present and represented himself. Defendant mother did not appear. Court called the case to trial. After hearing and evaluating all credible evidence and drawing all reasonable inferences, therefore, I'll read it because I want to have it on my camera. I hope I look good on your camera as well.
So now
After
he
hearing
realized that he
all
looked
credible-
like an ass. He just realized how much of an ass he's looking like because he done read about 3 paragraphs and it hasn't said shit to go against me. See, these are the dumb fucks that we deal with every day, okay? So now, to save face, he's going to say, I'm just reading this because I'm recording too, and I hope I look good on your camera. Fuck you.
I put a petition here in
So it says all
Philadelphia.
persons interested having been notified in accordance with the law, this matter came.
She never.
The order dated March 1st, 2021 provided that the court may order the case to immediate trial on the date of pretrial conference. If the court determines that the parties will be on the only witnesses, or B, one party by failure to appear will not present a case, or C, immediate trial is necessary to establish justice. Plaintiff father was present and represented himself. Defendant mother did not appear. Court called the case to trial. After hearing and evaluating all credible evidence and drawing all reasonable inferences,
Shout out's Perfect Sense. Appreciate you.
therefore, I'll read it because I want to have it on my camera. I hope I look good on your camera as well.
No, you know,
After
you
hearing
realize
and
you look like an
evaluating all
ass.
credible evidence and drawing all reasonable inferences. Therefore, it is order and adjudging that the father shall have sole legal custody of the minor child, Lynn, J.O.G.Lynn, D. McLaughlin, 12/9/16. In the event that the child needs emergency medical treatment, the parent who is with the child must
Still
notify the
reading.
mother
Read on, fuck boy.
of the emergency and provide her with information as the medical issue and contact information for the doctor hospital. Each party will have independent access to children's medical dental records and to any of the children's medical providers. Either may contact the child's school coaches, therapists, and as well. The child shall reside primary with the father in Massachusetts. The mother shall return the child father in Massachusetts no later than April 26th. So April. The child shall attend school in the community where the father resides.
Continue.
May have video calls with the child on Tuesday, Thursday. Why does she even have custody of in general? When?
Because a year ago I had brought her down, my daughter down for a visit, and she put a false PFA claim in.
Okay.
That was
So you weren't allowed to have a child.
that was taken care of last week, vacated and dismissed.
Okay, but that was before this. So she had child custody the whole time.
No, she
You
didn't.
said you had a PSA.
She put a PFA in here.
Yeah.
I had temporary custody in Massachusetts the whole time because I'm the one who initiated the
Well,
custody
what's
battle.
a PFA with child custody agreement? There's ways you can get a PFA for the child.
Well, the point is that it's vacated and dismissed. That's what you need to know.
I need to know what date because it makes a difference. Because I want to know how long she has the kid.
Well, you can run my name if you want to,
I don't really need to.
because it will show in the system that I don't have a PFA on me.
So I told him he could run my name, and he decided to continue on holding the paper looking like a dumb fuck.
So it really don't even matter.
I don't even have your ID yet. Can I have your ID, please?
No, you got my name. I'm giving you my name, John McCullough.
Okay, well, I need to verify that it's you. Do you have your last 4 of your social then?
Sure.
So now I know people have some issues with this when they seen it live, and he wanted to get my information. I told him he could run my name, and he ignored that. But then, because I was going to give it to him verbally, my name is there on the paper, and he could have took my name verbally, and he could have seen that it wasn't a PFA in the system, or he could have seen that it was one if it wasn't cleared out Philadelphia Police Department system yet. Okay, so now he wants to ask for the ID, and he hasn't even assisted me with the escort that I asked with them, which was for them to knock on the door. Okay, they haven't even done that yet. So now you want to ask for my ID so he could run me, and no, I'm not with that. You're not just taking my ID so you could run it through the system. No, we're going to go through proper procedure. And right now, I don't feel as though it's a need for you to have my ID at this particular time, at this second. Let's see what's up with my daughter first, because the outcome came that they never opened the door. So it would have been that he had my ID, ran my information through the system again, which they always do to all of us, for their informative purposes, okay? No, it's not going down like that. So they ended up not getting my ID because she never came to the door. So it was good that I withheld my information. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, treat your ID as a piece of property that you would never want anybody else to see. That's how you're supposed to treat it.
Sure.
You don't have an ID though? I need to verify.
At this point, I don't need to give it to you.
At this point, I don't need to give it to you. You want to verify me, but the situation is I called you guys to verify if my daughter is inside. Y'all haven't even done that yet, but you want to worry about me. No, it's not. I'm dictating this. It's not going down like that. Not now. Now, if the door opens, yeah, you get my ID. That's my daughter. Of course, I understand that. But I'm dictating this right now. You're not getting no ID.
You don't have an ID though? I need to verify.
At this point, I don't need to give it to you.
Well, it's actually an investigation. I got to make sure.
You had that
It's an
paperwork
investigation. We'll start the investigation. Come on, man.
right there.
Anybody can have it.
All right, well, give me a second. If I decide to give it to you, I'll give it to you. But I'll write down my
If she does answer the door and she wants to get the kid over, I gotta make sure it's verified too.
Okay, well, let's get to that. Let's cross that bridge first. I see your pen.
My pen? No, I can write something down for it.
4, 1, 2, 3.
What was your first name, sir?
John
What's your last name?
McCullough.
MCC.
ULLOUGH.
So he's still reading the order, hoping to find something to say, hey, you're not able to get your child.
Everything got situated with the case, this case that they're talking about here?
Philadelphia has been vacated
Taking it?
and dismissed.
I done told him that about 3 times. And he's reading the order right there that says that there was no findings on the sexual abuse claim. This is from Massachusetts, what he's reading. They're basically describing what made them decide what they decided. They were aware of the sexual abuse claims in Philadelphia. It has been, at that time, it was moving into a year, and there still were no findings, and she didn't appear in court. She didn't appear in court, so they ruled to award me sole legal custody. And he's still asking the same questions that I told him twice, and after he read it at least 2 times.
The court tell you to try this 3 times?
I tried it Saturday and Sunday, and then I went to court
Do
yesterday.
different times though?
Yeah.
What was the times? Like, did you do during the day just in case she was a night?
Saturday was
So now he asking me is did I go different times? As if that really matters, okay? If it's 2 days, it's 3 days in a row. So if I went 2 days in a row at 5 o'clock, like she knew that I was in town. Okay? She knew I was around. So it don't matter what time I went, as long as I came with a police escort. But now he wants me to be specific if I came at different times. I don't think that matters.
towards the evening. Sunday was like early afternoon.
At least read that. What house is it?
7460.
All right, just hang out here. Right?
Yep.
After 15, 20 minutes, now they want to go to the house.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So they move in and knock on the door. Her car is in the back as well. Shout out to Mike Jones. Did the light just go out? It might be an automatic light. About 2 years now. This is the 3rd time, ladies and gentlemen. That wasn't even 3 minutes right there. Last time was at least 3 minutes.
Looks like she hasn't been there for at least a day because the mail's still there and he's dropping off new mail, so she may not be home.
Possibly.
So he's saying he's seen a sign that it's a possibility that she's not there because it looks like it was a rack of a day's worth of mail there, and that could possibly be true. I wouldn't debate that she isn't even in there at all. I wouldn't debate that. That's definitely it's definitely possible.
Possibly. They going around back, y'all, so I'm just wait here. I expected this. Like I said, I already filed the. Let me put this down real quick. I already filed the contempt. I hope it don't start buffering.
So now they going to the back, and earlier in this live stream, I had went to the back just to show that the car was there, and also give me 1 second, let me pull it up. I went to the back to show that the car was there, and I seen like a little security issue going on back there. So here we go in the back of the house. It's a drive-through, and it's public access to walk through as well. So let me just show y'all that real quick.
Straight already, Saturday and Sunday. Yesterday I put it.
Let me let this commercial go in 2 more seconds, and we on.
In family court. I took like half the day. Couldn't see no judge because it's COVID-19. Unusual times. The season is strange. This is the vehicle. This is our vehicle, ladies and gentlemen. Right here. Unlicensed driver as well. Let's just add that. And look at this right here. Look at this tarp over the garage door. It's not even the door. It's just tarp. That's safety concerns like a motherfucker. You see that? That's going straight in. That's safety concerns like a motherfucker. That's where my daughter's.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to show y'all right there. That's what I see. That's what y'all see. And from what I see, it don't look too safe.
Supposed to be at. This is crazy. This is what we got going on, ladies and gentlemen. We have a single black female mother who's going rogue. Y'all see that? So she's failing to release my daughter to me. I have sole legal custody. Everything's in my favor. Only problem I'm having is her releasing my daughter to me. I don't know if she's in there, if she skipped town. I have no idea what's going on.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the back of the house. Okay, I'm in the drive-through. It's public access. You can walk through there, no problem, as long as you're not trespassing onto anybody's property like their vehicles and on their garage doors or in their garage. And of course, breaking into their homes. So this is just public access walking through. And this is what you see. This is not only is this blight, but this is also a hazard as well. It seems to me, in my opinion, okay, I could be wrong, but from what I'm looking at right here with some tarp hanging up on the garage door, that's kind of scary right there, knowing that my daughter's in the house.
This is being documented. This is an objective record right here for documented purposes. The show, you know what I mean? Hey, I played my part, and I'm continuing to try to play my part against my daughter. This is not a healthy situation right here. Of course, ruled, obviously, they feel so too. They feel the same way. Even with the egregious claim.
Please share this, ladies and gentlemen. This is real serious right here.
That she tried to report against me, that didn't work.
Shout out to Renetta Williams, the queen from Wynne, Arkansas. Thank you for coming in to see what was going on. Have a good night.
So, waiting on police officers. Usually they take an hour to get here. And that's just how. escort here. They knocked on the door. They was there for about a minute and a half.
All right, I just fast forwarded back to after they knocked on the door. So what they did now, they went to the back to look, and I had mentioned to them about that tarp, which they pretty much ignored.
They went around back to survey the back of the house. I told them that her car is back there.
She owns the house, Speak Life Garden Homestead and Permaculture. She owns the house through inheritance.
But really, all I need is the report number. This will be my third report number, and this is just still proof that I've been here in Philly all weekend attempting to get my daughter. Order says that she is supposed to return. Let me see if they want to go in the back. Because it's open back there. I forgot about that. Let me let them know that back is open. I think that back open as well. And the garage with the tarp on it, is that open? That's like a safety concern, isn't it?
They could have a tarp on it. We tried knocking on the door. Always give you a report number.
All right. I just need the report number. I put the petition in already yesterday. Okay.
So he has attitude. He talk about he don't know how they do in Boston. He don't know who's Boston law. So from this point right here, it just seemed like he's just tired of being on the scene.
Go back over here to the spot. So that's, you see the minimum help that I get, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to the Philadelphia police.
Shout out to Melissa Essos. Before this video ends, let me just say I did get in contact with Family Court in Philadelphia. They did contact me, let me say, and they did review the petition that I put in that she's in contempt of court. They've contacted me and they told me that they can't do anything. Now, what needs to be done is that I need to petition the contempt of court in Boston, and I also need to get them to write on this order that I need assistance from Philadelphia PD, because at this point, my daughter is still not in my possession, and their order stated that she was supposed to be, Massachusetts order stated that she was supposed to be in my possession since April 26th. It also states that she is not to leave the state of Massachusetts, that she is supposed to reside with the father in Boston, Massachusetts, and go to a school within that community and healthcare and all that good stuff as well. So at this point, she's not in my possession. So Family Court Philadelphia directed me to go to Massachusetts and get them to write that order specifically asking for Philadelphia PD to assist with getting the child. So that's what's next. And that's the bottom word. That's the last word on it. And that's what has to be done. And hopefully that will expedite things as well.
This was already expected. I know it's probably a shock to you guys, but I already knew that this was going to happen. So how long does it take until I'm able to put a report on her being missing? Not the child, but her. After how?
Do you know they're missing?
I mean,
We don't know if they're missing, do we? You have contact with her mother? Like, is her mother still alive?
Mother's deceased. Mother's deceased. Nobody has contact with her.
You don't know if she's missing. That's the thing. She hasn't been in your custody.
Well, what declares her? No, I'm talking about the mother.
Okay. When's the last time you had contact?
What declares her missing?
What declares her missing? When's the last time you had contact? Like, when's the last time you had physical, like you saw her physically?
Oh, a year ago. Me.
I mean, it's obviously hasn't been built up a year of mail in there.
But what I'm saying is,
so me telling them that I haven't seen my child a year ago is not enough to, at this point, since she's been ordered to have my daughter back by April 26th. Okay, I haven't seen her in a year, over a year. But since the point of April 26th is when she was supposed to have her back. And that's that's like a month, right? A month and a day. That's a month. Let's just say a month. And what declares them missing after a month? And he's going through it with me on, well, how do I know she's missing? Because I haven't seen them, you dickhead.
We don't know if they're missing, do we? You have contact with her mother? Like, is her mother still alive?
Mother's
Shout out Eric
deceased.
Baker.
Mother's deceased. Nobody has contact with her.
Shout out to Eric Baker.
And you don't know if she's missing. That's the thing. She hasn't been in your custody.
Well, what declares her? No, I'm talking about the mother.
Okay. When's the last
What,
time you had
what
contact?
declares her missing?
What declares her missing? When's the last time you had contact? Like, when's the last time you had physical, like you saw her physically?
Oh, a year ago. Me.
I mean, it's obviously hasn't been built up a year of mail in there.
But what I'm saying is, how long does it take for a person? What does it? So how do you declare somebody missing if there's no time?
But the thing is, when did you see her? That's what I'm saying. You haven't seen her in a year, so how can you declare she's missing?
So in my case, I can't declare her missing at all.
I didn't
But
say
some-
that, but do you think she's missing? I mean, at that
Well,
point-
I've been here 3 days and she hasn't opened the door. There's a court order that says she's supposed to return the child. She's not returning. What would you say? What would you call that?
maybe just not wanting to answer the door. The mail's only been there for one day.
A day's worth of
You know what I mean? It's not like it's a bundle of mail there. So I don't think it's like, it doesn't appear to me that somebody needs it.
So from this point on, if the same thing continues, when does that declare her being missing? Like when can I?
It's not like a time element thing that you're trying to say. It's like
So how do you declare somebody missing? If it's not a time element thing, what the fuck is it? What are you working with with an element? Huh? If it's not a time element thing, then how the fuck do you declare somebody missing? This is crazy.
So in my case, I can't declare her missing at all.
I didn't
But
say that, but do you think she's missing? I mean, at that
Well,
point-
I've been here 3 days and she hasn't opened the door. There's a court order that says she's supposed to return the child. She's not returning. What would you say? What would you call that?
maybe just not wanting to answer the door. The mail's only been there for one day.
a day's worth of
You know what I
mail.
mean? It's not like it's a bundle of mail there. So I don't think anybody's. It doesn't appear to me that somebody needs it.
So from this point on, if the same thing continues, when does that declare her being missing? Like when can I?
It's not like a time element thing that you're trying to say. It's like all the factors together. You're saying you want to declare her missing. I don't know why.
Well, because she has my daughter, and I haven't seen my daughter in over a year.
You haven't seen her in over a year, but we're at her house. She has a day worth of mail, and you don't have regular, consistent contact with her, correct? It's
No.
not-
So me telling them that she put false claims on PFA and that's been dropped, man. You know, those false claims prevented me from seeing my daughter for a year. And being as though that she was supposed to be back by April 26th in my physical custody, he's playing this game about, okay, well, we've seen just 1 day's worth of mail there. That doesn't constitute you not declaring your daughter. That doesn't constitute you to declare your daughter missing. That's basically what they're telling me. Okay? That I can't, it's really not a threat or a situation right now to declare her or my daughter missing. After a whole month of her not returning, after her telling me that she was going to return her on Friday the 21st and didn't return her Friday the 21st, and when I informed her that I would be there on the weekend, starting the 22nd of Saturday this month, she's nowhere around. And that means she's not missing. Well, I haven't seen my daughter in over a year, and she still hasn't returned her after the court order. What declares my daughter missing?
not like
Just
out of the
through text.
blue she stopped
No.
responding to you. I mean,
So how much mail do you need to get? Does need to be piled up on her stuff?
You keep asking
And
about how many. It's what we believe and what you believe, all right?
Well, I'm
I don't
asking
believe
because
that somebody
people
would be
declare
missing if
missing
there's
every
only one
day.
day's worth of mail.
This size of people being missing every day. In this case right here, when can I do that? That's just a simple question that I'm asking.
That's up to you, sir.
You're asking for specific.
You're asking
we don't
us
have
advice. We
specifics.
can't give you advice.
And so this is would this considered to be a welfare check as well?
What do you mean a welfare check? For
We
your
can make
daughter?
you want numbers for that too. We can make
He
that
said,
too.
"What do you mean a welfare check?" So he tried. This guy right here tried to play me stupid, but he bumped right in and said, "Hey, we can consolidate the whole thing. We can make the report number that we came here to assist you to getting your daughter, and we can also slide the welfare check number in." But he tried to act like, listen to what he says.
How many? Like how many? It's what we believe and what you believe. All right.
Well, I'm
I don't
asking
believe
because
that
people
somebody would be
declare
missing if
missing
there's
every
only one
day.
day's worth of mail.
This size of people being missing every day. In this case right here, when can I do that? That's just a simple question that I'm asking.
That's up to you, sir.
You're asking for specific.
You're asking
we don't
us
have
advice. We
specifics.
can't give you advice.
Right here, it's about to come up when he tried to play me on a welfare check.
And so this is would this considered to be a welfare check as well?
What do you mean a welfare check? For your
We can make
daughter?
you want numbers for that too.
We can make it. You want numbers for that too? But this one's dumb as fuck.
What do you mean a welfare check? For
We
your
can
daughter?
make you want numbers for that too. We can make that too.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized they was playing fucking games. Well, I knew he was a piece of shit from the beginning. But this one, he tried to act as if he didn't know what a welfare check was and try to spin it as though it's not a welfare check and he wouldn't have to get into it. But his dumb fuck partner barged in and said, well, we can add that too.
Guy got attitude. Mike Jones, the supervisor, was out here the other day, and he told me straight. I got record. It's recorded. When I get home,
Shout outs Level Wise to see. Yeah, I'm still rumbling.
take babies. They're not going to go in the house. Simple as that. They're not going to help me. I have to wait through the court process. This is why it's being recorded. Appreciate y'all in the chat. Make sure y'all share this, man. This is an attempt of me getting my daughter, and this is all the Barnum and Bailey circus games I gotta play. You know what I'm saying? This is all the games I gotta play. The paperwork states that, sole legal custody. This is what I'm going through. Expecting them for at least the times I've been. Okay, I got the supervisor coming up.
So we got the supervisor coming out
Again,
again.
supervisor coming out.
This is the second
Hopefully
time
that'll
within
help,
the
but I don't think
third.
so. They go to flyer one more time for our new.
This is the second time within the 3 attempts that a supervisor came out. So let's check this out.
Comers that's here.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the flyer that I put out on every car and every block on the house. And if y'all want to go back and check, if y'all want to check that flyer out, y'all can go to the thumbnail of that video. That was issued to every car on the block and every house. And it's all facts, all public information. Nothing on it is a lie.
Car on the block and every house on the block. Can he bring a search warrant with him? The sergeant? Can the sergeant bring a search warrant with him? With him?
You just talk to the supervisor. You're asking tons of different stuff. Just wait for a supervisor, all right?
I'm asking tons of stuff y'all should know. It's not like hard questions.
So now it's a problem with questions. You know, now the questions that I'm asking is too trivial for them.
And at this point, I feel like she's in danger because she was supposed to return my daughter. So I mean, it's only natural feelings as a father, you know.
Dude, listen, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you don't have a right to be upset. The system sucks. It is what it is. It sucks.
Make sure y'all share this, ladies and gentlemen. This should go all around the country. I mean, I'm taking one for every father who's going through this situation. I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna turn it to a victory for every father who had to suffer through this situation, man. Shout out to all the fathers. We got Father's Day coming up, man. I hope
Shout
I got
outs
my
Creole.
daughter by that time. Real rad. This is live. We are in Philadelphia. Oh, here in Philadelphia, that's me.
Okay, the sergeant right here.
Are waiting on what the outcome is going to be. The officer speaking to the sergeant right now.
I'm just curious. Are you recording or are you on live?
I'm live.
Is it Instagram live, Facebook live?
YouTube.
See a lot of that stuff like the Citizen app. By the way, a lot of people for it.
Well, Paul Jackson, there's no social worker involved at this time because there was never any findings of sexual abuse.
Last time you had contact with was 2 weeks ago.
I have a text showing that the number that I just gave you, the text that she was supposed to return on Friday.
That's fine. Well, that's why I'm
So-
not surprised. So you just talked to her, right?
Now I'm just saying she said she could be on vacation, but she texted me and said that she would be returning my child on Friday. Okay, well I'm just out here.
to take her back to court in Boston, like he said.
Yeah, that's what.
But how long she been living up here?
2 years.
2 years? Why you haven't? So your agreements with, or do you live in Philly now?
I live in Boston.
So you come up here and get your daughter,
Yep.
and then you bring her back?
No, I can't. I have sole custody. I just showed him
Visitation?
as of now, yeah, since March. Well, since April 6th when it was signed.
She'll talk to you once she talks.
Here we go, y'all.
How long has she had your daughter?
Since last year.
Since last year. Why you ain't been back to court since?
Because she filed a false report, PFA report on me. And that just got vacated and dismissed 2 weeks ago. Thursday, I make it 2 weeks. Yeah,
So you ain't had your daughter in a year.
no contact in the year.
So that means you need to go back to court.
I have an order. Well, I went to court yesterday, filed a petition here, family court. But I'm just doing this as a last time. Well, they have to review it. I filled out a petition and put it in the Dropbox. So I'm just making a last attempt to get her before I go back.
Did she move?
Nah, she didn't move. I mean, her address, her phone is all documented.
Yeah, you
on the
could-
courts. And I mean,
Okay.
if she did, then she's in violation because she was supposed to notify him.
Well, she could be on vacation.
Nah, well, she told me Friday she was going to bring her up
What time Friday?
no later than 7 p.m.
Bring her to Boston?
Yeah, and then she rescheduled it and said that she's coming Monday. I told her no need, I'll be down here. And
Okay.
she know I've been here 3 times. You guys are the third escort.
And what happened Monday?
Huh?
What happened on Monday?
I came Saturday, I came Sunday. Monday is when I filed a petition, and this is the 3rd time I'm here today.
So she wasn't here this weekend?
She didn't open the door.
Yeah, she was here, but she didn't open the door.
I don't know if she was here or not. I
And
can't
you
say
don't know
that.
if she driving or not.
Yeah, her car's in the back.
Oh, she just ain't answering the door. Or she catching the bus. If she work up here, she might be catching the bus and taking your daughter to daycare.
All right,
That's
well,
somebody-
So they, this is what the police do. They come up with all these excuses up to why the person didn't open the door. They're not just saying this to me. They get calls like this all the time. And, technically, police officers don't handle these matters, but at the same time, they do. Because if it was me in that house, it'd be a problem. All right? They had SWAT out there. But, when they dealing with a woman, they're going to handle the situation differently. Because let's just say this, the system gears towards the mother having the children. So they're going to take the weakest approach every time when it comes to approaching the mother when it has to do with a situation like this with her withholding a child, okay? So now they're coming up with all these excuses as to why she's not in the house. And I'm not debating that because it's very well that she's not in the house. But I just don't like the fact that I could almost get killed for doing what she's doing. But when it comes to women, it's different. And I'm not saying that I want anybody to get killed. I'm just saying that the contrast is crazy, Like, to go from 0 to 100 with a man and to do nothing when it's a woman is not cool. Especially when the man is right. He got everything in his favor. He ain't did nothing wrong. He went through hard times by being accused of sexual abuse of his daughter. Came through it, spanked it, vacated, dismissed. In Pennsylvania, then in another state, Massachusetts, both Commonwealth states. Roughest states to live in is a Commonwealth state, okay? And, man, one Commonwealth state dismisses and vacates it. The other Commonwealth awards me sole custody. And this is what I go through.
Somebody watching it.
Well, can I get a report number?
I
Yeah,
have
they
all
can
of them.
give
I
you
just
one.
wanted to wait until the sergeant called.
They can give you one, but you petition Philly.
Mhm.
If you got one in Boston, when you go back home, petition Boston to to send it to Philly, not mail it. They'll send it to Philly and let them know she's not complying by the order from Boston. But they probably figured for a year nothing happened. So you apply in Philly because you live here. You're supposed to.
But Massachusetts granted me sole legal custody before the outcome of the PFA because it was bogus. There was no findings of any evidence.
That's
That's
why
the
Philly said they're
reason.
gonna have to investigate. They'll find out what happened in Boston and what happened with you and the charge.
It's clear. It's been clear. We went to court
They
2 weeks
still gotta
ago.
find. They got still why she did it and everything. They're still. If it's clear, they'll just see that
It's been
clear.
vacated and it's
Vacated by the judge. She didn't
yes,
show
we
up.
went- no, she showed up here in Philadelphia. She didn't show up to the court date in Massachusetts that granted me sole legal
That's
custody.
why she ain't come because she had the daughter. She had to bring your daughter and turn her over.
Well, I'm
so
just
when
throwing
did
this.
you get custody of her in Boston? When she was up here?
Well, I've always had custody of her
And you let
since
her have it.
2018.
And she
And we
had
filed.
visitation.
I brought her down last year, Mother's Day weekend. When I
What
went to come
happened?
pick her up,
She-
I was faced with reports of sexual abuse.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, that's a mess. So you filed in Philly, and Philly got to
Yesterday.
investigate. And then see Boston.
I put out an emergency petition to enforce the sheriffs.
That's one. That's still a take. How long did they tell you?
They didn't.
They
They
gotta
said put it in the
contact
Dropbox so they could review it.
Because down family court, they have an out-of-state one that handles like out-of-state parents, one in Philly, one out-of-state. So they had to contact Boston Family Court to find out what's been going on between the two of y'all for Boston and
Okay.
Philadelphia.
All right. Well,
But
hopefully
if
they
you
get
going
on
back
it
home today,
tomorrow.
when you go back home, file down there again and let them know she's been in violation. You got your police reports here in Philly, so you can give them the reports.
So what will I be following now? I already filed
that she's in
a
violation.
contempt of court. I filed contempt of court
But
yesterday.
that's here in Philly. But if you got your orders originally.
So you say go to Boston
When
and
you
give
go
them the
home,
report numbers.
yeah,
Yeah, I
give
got
them the
all
report
that. All right.
numbers and let them know she's in violation.
Got you.
She's not opening the door. We don't get involved in custody. But she's not opening the door and she's violating the law. And you got your reports from when you came here in Philly. And let them know you filed them.
So Boston Police or Boston Family Court?
To all the police officers that came out here, this sister right here, and I think I had a run-in with this sister last year too. I think she had got it to my potty mouth. But through and through, if this is this lady, through and through, after a whole year, she got called out on the same call. And, well, she didn't come out last year. I just met her at the police station. But it was still in reference to this situation right here. But out of all the police officers that came out, she was the most informative and the most accurate. Because this information that she is giving right here, with the exception, the only thing she didn't say was specifically ask Boston Family Court to write down on their order, to have on their order that I would need assistance from Philadelphia Police Department. That's the only thing she didn't say. The person who told me that, who clarified everything, is the person who contacted me from Philadelphia Family Court. And they gave me the complete rundown on what I needed to do. And I have to get the order from Boston. And that's basically what this woman is saying right here. So I'm definitely going to give a shout out to her for giving me the accurate information and being straight. The rest of the officers, I didn't get this. So I knew this since, let me see what day was that, Tuesday. I knew that since yesterday, well, 2 days ago now. And it was confirmed yesterday morning. So 2 days ago is when she told me this, and then yesterday morning is when Family Court called me and told me the same thing, including to get Boston Family Court to specifically ask for assistance from Philadelphia Police Department to receive the child.
Boston Family Court.
All right.
And give them your docket number for how you filed in Philly, so they could communicate faster between the two. Because Philly got to send them a message, and they respond and back and forth.
All right.
Because that way they have a unit that enforce it, and if they had to come out and get her or find her in Philly wherever she worked and it's listed, they could go to her job or wherever they need to go.
All right.
And she just keeping her daughter from y'all daughter from her. That's what she's doing. Well, good luck. Yeah.
All right.
DC numbers. The first one is for domestic, 1501 Arch. That's our way of doing anything with family issues. And then the checking the well-being DC numbers.
All right. Thank you.
Good luck.
Connected to QCS Galaxy S10.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, like I said, I wasn't anticipating on getting my daughter because I've been out here all weekend. Just did this for documentative purposes, to show that I did my part all weekend long to get my daughter. They already did the wellness check. They gave me the report number on that, Mike Jones. That's all included. It was included with me trying to get my daughter. It's included because she didn't open the door. That's the extent of the wellness check. They can't do no more than that. So that's what it is. Pretty much in Philadelphia, court papers mean nothing. Yeah, pretty much. pretty soon. I'm gonna cut this live stream. Wanted to show y'all. This wasn't an audit. This wasn't a cop rock.
Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I appreciate y'all giving me the opportunity to give y'all this run through of the whole weekend of May 22nd all the way until yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, May 26th. I was there from Saturday to Wednesday. I made 3 attempts to get my daughter, and my attempts failed. So I'm going to keep fighting. It's not going to stop. I'm going to handle this business I need to handle here in Massachusetts. And I'm going to move forward to getting my daughter. So, if need be, more will be documented. As of this time, I see I'm going to have to make another trip to Philly. So, y'all stay tuned. But as of now, just witness how the system just doesn't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. Shout out Speak Life Garden Homestead and Permaculture. Bates Welshman. Perfect Sense moderator of the stars. Level Wise to See. Permian Basin. I appreciate y'all. Creole. Melissa S. Y'all make sure y'all share this. This is crazy. This is not only a documentation of tyranny and corruption, it's a documentation of my life. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button and share this content. Don't forget, if you want to become a member, hit the join button.
It's a very psychological thing that's happening here.
Appreciate all of y'all. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned, man. Homie, the government phony. They never was for me. They never kept it real. Homie, I don't want no sleep. Most of them is all asleep. I wanna be a sheep.